Bowman fires. She's 2 for 2.
Coaches and wrestling coaches are going to be looking at Brian.
It's a no-hitter for Andrew Visconti.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mason Multi-Purpose Field. It's senior night, Battle of the Skies. Mason Comets taking on the Sycamore Aviators. I'm Trevor Rose here. My broadcast partner, Isaac Vargo. Isaac, a game that both teams have been looking forward to all year. Battle of the Skies, like we mentioned, but these seniors getting their chance on senior night against their rivals.
Yeah, obviously a big night, and in a game that it's always going to be a good game when you face Sycamore in the Mason Comets. But some big implications for this game. Mason obviously 13-0 with 2 ties this year. They've tied to St. X, and then they've tied to Walnut Hills. But if they lose this game to Sycamore, Sycamore ties with Dakota West for the top of the GMC. So major implications. It's a big game for both teams. Sycamore standing in third in the GMC so far with 4 losses, but could have a big game here. As we get set to go, as we had the senior ceremonies beforehand. Start time just about 7:20, about 5 minutes after the start time. There's a lot of seniors on this Mason Comet team. A lot of important seniors at that. A lot of starters to mention. John Harris, the guy with the ball right now, he had a 4-goal game earlier this year.
Absolutely.
As Mason, one of the top-ranked teams in the state, in the top 5 this year. They beat Moeller. They've tied, obviously, with St. X, but they can compete with almost every team in the state so far they've proved this year.
Aviators take it back on the wing. Playing a great job in the ball as Eddie Zog clears it way down the pitch. As that one will go out, it will be a Aviators throw-in. Throw-in taken by number 20, Brogan Baum, the senior for the Aviators. Dabrowski towards the middle. Great pass in, but unable to find the unmarked man in the middle of the field.
Yeah, speaking about this Mason class, obviously today's a big day with senior night. They have 12 seniors on this team. You're not going to find a bigger class, especially with the talent as well, to go along with it for any program, especially a soccer program. So definitely a lot of juniors and sophomores. You saw Eli Benny is a guy that you can see next year to kind of step up in these guys' role. But definitely Mason's going to have one thing on their mind. That's going to be a state championship.
Absolutely, as the throw-in by Zaw, a great one as it is headed and it will go out of bounds. Zaw will take the throw-in again, and we mentioned Edward Zaw. I mean, he's had himself a great season so far. Great career also at Mason.
Yeah, talking with those underclassmen, Landon Miller's definitely a guy you can circle for this game. He's maybe had the 3rd best season out of all of them. You'd probably put Edward Zaw and then John Harris ahead. And then Landon Miller's 23 points this year, 10 of those being goals, a couple assists this year, and 11 games. So you can mark him down as almost a goal a game for the sophomore.
Comets really just trying to keep possession. Trying that right wing a lot. Now Chrisman, one of the captains for this team, they have 5 total. And man, he's great with pace.
Yeah, obviously the Comets are going to have a full senior crew so far to start this game. And you got to be careful. Some of these guys, the good thing for Mason is they do a really good job. They're upperclassmen getting them in the game in the start of the season. But a couple of these guys haven't played so much this year, so you got to be careful not to give up an early goal that could end up costing you later in the game, especially against a Sycamore team that's developed and a very solid team.
The goal kick was by Yash Arkwall, the senior for the Aviators, as Zaw keeps that one, and he'll go back towards the middle. Kruger. and they call him offsides. A great run in, but offsides just by half a man.
Yeah, great pass there from Grady. Obviously, he's kind of that twitchy guy on the right side. Gavin Kruger did not play in college after his Mason career, but also another great senior captain from when he was on the team in 24. What do you see out of good teams, especially good soccer teams, is the time of possession. We mentioned it earlier, that very good pace from this Comet team, having the ball the majority of the time. And Sycamore's really had a tough time even getting an offense going on their side of the field. And it's hard to score without an offense on the opposing side of the field.
I mean, you say that, but the ball, I feel like, has been on the Comet side of the pitch all night long. Really just trying to figure out how their offense is going to work against this Aviators team. It will be going out of bounds for an Aviator throw-in. Harris able to get back to Kruger to avoid the turnover.
Yeah, great closing distance there from John Harris. One of the first opportunities for Sycamore to kind of get something going. Great pass there.
And it's cleared out by number 14, Joey Green, the senior, as Kruger will go to throw it in.
As you can see, Sycamore, you can definitely tell Mason's got the pressure right now. There's a lot of pressure, especially offensive pressure, when it comes to this Mason team.
He cuts it in. Is Harris onside? Yes, he is. The shot, and it is blocked by the keeper. No, they say that it went over the keeper. No blocked shot.
Yeah, he might have got a fingertip, but it wouldn't have impacted the shot. It was just too high there for Harris. He might have waited a little too long to kick that, but again, Edwards all so good with those passes. And you mentioned with this Mason team, a couple of seniors and juniors from last year that aren't on this team. And if you can imagine, Marcos Nidos, one of the best players we've ever seen at Mason. And then Dylan Chang, another one of those guys. I mean, two quality guys that are going to play at the collegiate level. If you just think about both of those guys being on this team, they decided to play club ball, but
I mean,
if you just think about that.
Playing for the FC Next team, the youth teams for FC Cincinnati, the soccer club that they have here in Cincinnati, a great one at that.
What a job there from Searles.
Searles able to keep it, and then Harris able to try to pick it up, try to do something with it. And some sticky defense coming for the Aviators.
Yeah, a lot of dribbling for this Comet team, trying to get their own, but great passes as well. Not a lot of time with the ball. Just about 33 minutes in this first half, just now getting started. And with the score being 0-0, it would portray either team hasn't really got off to the strongest start. But you got to think Mason is definitely in the driver's seat right now. Still all seniors out there for the Comets. You would think that's the case until something strikes and maybe they get a little bit tired.
Well, even then, I feel like you have to, at the end of the day, you're going for the GMC win in this one. You got to clinch it. You clinch it in this game. So if it comes down to a desperate need where you need goals, you need no goals given up, you have to turn to your guys that have been doing that all year, especially in the goal. You got Landon Darlin, who's probably one of the best keepers on this Comet team, other than his other counterpart, Spencer Fielden, the sophomore keeper, as well. And then you might see Gleb Parker come in and Landon Miller as well. A free kick given to the Aviators after the foul.
As again, Comets just taking away any chance that the Aviators have at all. Just a little bit of a miss up there by Shunya.
Stern. And just goes out of bounds on Stern. So it will be another goal kick for Argowal. We're heading close to the 10-minute mark.
The Comets student section came out today with the Comets with the all white. We saw last night with that great volleyball game, senior night. It was the all black. This time the all white. Pretty decent showing. I mean, soccer night. You got school tomorrow. That kind of plays into things. But that volleyball show was pretty solid last night with the no school today.
Absolutely. The Comets take that one 3-1 against the Kings Knights. As the free kick is up and over, and it will be cleared by Edward Zaw. Zaw and Chrisman have seen a lot of action tonight in the back half.
Mason Comets still tied up with the Sycamore Aviators so far. And you mentioned there hasn't been a game this year that Mason has not scored a goal. So you got to think that it's only a matter of time for this team to get going. But still, obviously, really early in this first half, still 28 minutes remaining. It's a good job there for Stern getting the turnover. Job there from Kruger.
One over the head.
Alex Athan in goal today so far for this Mason team. And that's really the first attempt for Sycamore at anything so far. I mean, really, it was just at Alex Athan.
Call the foul on Dabrowski. And for the late join in. Sorry for the late start to the stream as that one got punched out by Ethan. Currently about 26 minutes remaining in the first half.
Yeah, just to keep you up to speed, so far Mason has really had one shot on goal. John Harris just went a little bit over the goal from a good pass from Edward Zaw. But so far it's been obviously 0-0, but it's been all Mason pressure so far. Sycamore really hasn't had any other chance, and you got to think they're going to get a little bit tired.
This Comet team has great pace. Is that one all the way over? Chrisman able to keep up with the speedy runner. As they go ahead and send some subs in for the Comets. On is number 12, Eli Bean. Number 15, TR Begzon. And number 19, Landon Miller. It's probably your best lineup that you have out right now with the subs that were just put in. Miller added, again, we mentioned him at the top of, well, before we actually went live, one of the better players on this team.
Yeah, Landon Miller, talk about a sophomore on this team, one of the best, as we mentioned, just probably the third best player, you would say. John Harris being at number 1 with 27 points, and then Edward Zile just right behind him with 25. But, I mean, one of the guys you're going to lean on later in the season, 23 points so far as a sophomore. It's a good look here.
There goes Miller racing. He was onside the whole time. Waiting for some offense to get back. In the middle, blocked by the keeper, Dabrowski, just slightly offline. That would be another shot on goal. The first actual shot on goal for the Comets. The Aviators had one their last time down the pitch. Missed the man for the Aviators, and a turnover. But now he gets it back. The shot is blocked by Chrisman. Used his body as he slid to tackle it. Then a penalty called on the Aviators. Free kick by Shunya, and it was blown dead. Did not give enough time to go ahead and kick it. So they'll go ahead and redo the kick again. I wonder if they'll give it. Yeah, they will give it to Edward Zaw, the senior with the one of the biggest legs and on the team now, and they'll kick it back to Chrisman. Miller to Harris, the back heel was perfect. Zaw's kick just offline, looking for Harris. Intercepted by Brom.
And a lot of implications in this game. Mason 13-0. Might have been a handball there from Cooper Searles. They don't call it, but Mason 13-0-2. They're only 2 ties coming to St. X, who's known to be one of the best in the state. They tied 1-1, and then Walnut Hills also 1-1. So Mason scored in every single game, but Sycamore, not a bad season either. 13-4 so far this season, 0 ties. But overall in the GMC, 7-1. So if they can figure out a way to get this win, they would tie the Mason Comets and Lakota West Firebirds for the top of the GMC. So Mason has already clinched the GMC, but is trying to get it outright. You never want to tie in GMC with the GMC doing it, that there's no tiebreakers.
I feel like there should be tiebreakers.
I
to that
agree.
because you look at how like football is structured. You can lose to, like, let's say Princeton and West, probably the two best teams in the GMC. West can go and beat Princeton, and then lose later on in the season to a team like Hamilton, and they'll tie the GMC, and it won't go outright to.
Yeah.
Even if they have the same record, it won't go outright.
I
to
agree with
Lakota.
you. And also at the same time, if you want to win a conference, you never want to have it. You never want to share it with anybody, I feel like. And if Mason would to lose this game, it would be 3 teams sharing the same title. And I just feel like you want to, even if it comes down to points against or points for, you want to have an outright winner, I feel like. And you see that in almost every sport. A lot of bodies on the ground here.
And they'll call the foul there on Dabrowski as he got pushed down to the pit, down on the pitch. They're guarding Edward Zaw very, very heavily tonight. Always having a man around him.
Yeah, he's the X factor for Mason. You're going to need someone around him at all times.
And Searles takes it away.
Now dipping under 20 minutes in this first half. Sycamore's done a good job in the last 5 minutes of kind of slowing down this Mason team. They're not really have any situations so far that they can score in. Not really a lot of situations they're putting themselves in. Right now it's really been almost feels like a one-side game when it comes to being on the side of the field. But Sycamore's done a good job of limiting mistakes that are going to end in Mason scoring a goal. So a tie, if this game does end up tying, Mason will have the GMC outright. But again, as Mason's one of the top-ranked teams in the state, I believe they're ranked about 5th or 4th. You want to win every game you can, especially against one of your rivals and a team in the GMC that is going to try and prove something.
It's a battle of the skies. I mean, who doesn't want to win this game if you're one of these two teams? At any level of at any sport, volleyball, soccer, football, baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, Isaac, you have a lot of talking about victories over the Aviators.
Yeah, you see it with football. It's unfortunate for baseball. We play them twice a year instead of once, but normally it's not really a game. It's less of a battle for the skies, just because it's really one side every year. But at basketball, Sycamore's been really good in basketball. You talk about Riley Burgess, a guy that dominated the Comets, took the Comets out of the playoffs, beat them 3 times in 1 year. So they have us right now in basketball, but so far I think out of all sports it's kind of been the Comets doing a good job of getting the wins against the Aviators.
That won't be out of bounds by Harris. Marching Band Gang, their performance down at the bus circle. And, man, there are no lights over there at all. They are practicing in the dark.
I mean, maybe that's even to your advantage because you don't want to be looking down at what you're doing. even you don't really need any light at that point. But I do know what you mean. It's kind of could scare some people driving.
I mean, you got to be able to see. You got to be able to see the conductor while you're trying to play that in the music.
It's true, yeah.
As they go back the Comets' way, we're just over 16 minutes remaining to play in the first half. It's honestly been a pretty physical game between the two
Absolutely.
teams.
I'd say in the past 7 to 10 minutes, it's really gotten physical. Sycamore kind of playing up to the task. They've kind of it feels like a corner kick here for Sycamore, their best chance of the game. But you got to think in the first 15, 20 minutes, Sycamore's kind of getting their feet wet. Haven't really played a team like Mason so far this year, and now they're kind of knowing what the task is and playing up to Mason in this last 7 to 10 minutes. And credit to them, they've done a great job.
Running over to take the corner will be number 10, Graham P. Ryan, the senior for the Aviators. Has himself a goal and 3 assists on the year. That one in, blocked around, kicked around, and it squirts in for an Aviator goal.
And he talked about it early in this game. It didn't happen with all the seniors in, but that was the first chance for Sycamore all game, and it came with the corner kick. And that's all you need to win soccer. You need one chance and one opportunity. And right there, Sycamore took advantage of it. And now your back is against the wall for the Mason Comets. Haven't lost a game this year. Haven't really trailed a lot this year with scoring a goal in every single game. And now it's a lot different, it feels like, when you're losing in soccer, because the defensive team, instead of having pressure, they're just going to kick to the other side of the field for the rest of the game. And that's what you got to think Sycamore is going to try and do. They're obviously in the offensive end trying to get some insurance, try and score again. But on the defensive side, anywhere on this right side of the field, they're just going to kick to the other side.
Exactly. Right to the keeper, able to corral it without spilling.
The Comet side over here has gotten a lot quieter, as you can imagine, down a goal to your rivals. So we talk playoff seeding. Sycamore on October the 21st, just about a week from now, will face the Milford Eagles. And we watched Milford before in this season. Actually, shout out Grayson Stern, one of the seniors on this Mason team, got his first career goal in that game. Milford, a solid team. Sycamore in there as the 5 seed so far. If they win, they'll play either Beaver Creek, who's the 2 seed, or Springfield, who is the 5 seed.
That one will go out and be a throw-in for Baum of the Aviators.
And then for the Mason Comets, they'll play the Lebanon Warriors, who they just clashed against. Lebanon struggled so far this year, but actually scored a goal against the Comets, believe it or not. Crazy enough. And Mason, number 1 seed, and Lebanon is going to be the 19. And then winner of that game will be Lakota East at that 11 seed. They're kind of middle of the pack. And then same thing with Little Miami at the 10 seed. That's going to be your Southwest 6. And those games are also in about a week.
We love to be in this scenario. Playoff time, probably the best time of the year in any sport.
And Trevor, you know, lucky for us, we get to have it right here at Mason High School with being the higher seed. And believe it or not, both of these teams could clash again. You talk about Sycamore, they're in Southwest 3. If they can end up winning that, they'd play the Mason Comets in the very next rounds in the regionals.
As you love to see probably that matchup. I mean, playoff atmosphere, Comets Aviators, Battle of the Skies.
Even if Sycamore can get a win today, how crazy would that be when it comes to if they could play again? Because this isn't some game where it's like you're trying to win the game, but you're kind of looking for playoff time. This is a huge game. This is trying to win the GMC outright, and that's the #1 goal every single year. And for this talented of a Mason team, that's going to be the standard. And for Sycamore, if they can get even a chance at this GMC title, which they are putting themselves in a really good one right now, what an accomplishment that would be for their program.
And they call the foul. Foul drawn on Kruger.
When you talk about the GMC, Comets have won the GMC the last 7 of the last 8 years. And the last time Sycamore won the GMC was 2016. In the year they were 11-7. Just one loss in the GMC, talking about winning games when it matters. What a look there from Harris.
And that one just offline for Harris. That would have been the equalizer.
Yeah, frustrating there from Harris. And crazy enough, in that 2016 year, Mason did not lose a game in the GMC. They actually, it goes by wins. So Sycamore was 7-1-1 in the GMC, and Mason was 6-0, but 3 ties got them the second place spot.
Wow.
So imagine winning every single game in your conference, and you don't even win your conference. That's just the reality of soccer, one of the only sports that you can end in a tie, at least this frequently. You see it 2 or 3 times a year from each team, as Grady Kruger will check out of the game for Jake Dabrowski.
I mean, Miller's just giving great pressure up front. They kind of run this one-ish guy playing midfield, probably looks like a 1-4-4, 1-4-5 for the Comets. And then Miller is just there to cause havoc as Edward Zoll will look to throw it in. Over the head. Hit out. And he's fouled, and they'll call the foul for Dabrowski. Will be a free kick just outside the 18.
That's a big chance again for the Comets.
I mean,
and actually checking out of the game was not Grady Kruger. It was Glade Parker, the sophomore.
you had to think this one has to be Edward Zaw to kick this one.
Yeah, he's your guy. He's the guy you're going to lean on in situations like this. Pressure situations, playoff atmosphere almost. So he can bend it around for sure here.
He's getting set for the left leg. And they move the ball as a foul occurred right before the 18, but they moved the ball back. But Edward Zaw still probably able to make this one go. The whistle blows. Bishunya just in, and man, unfortunate there. Try to jip him around. They got Edward Zaw to pretty much line up around that ball, and then Shunya is taking the shot
And
right into the keeper's gloves.
Yeah, right when the keeper got that. Talk about the Sycamore student section. A huge showing from them. 3 rows deep at the other end. And they're all white as well. A lot of support, especially Sycamore's not right next door. They're a little bit away.
We have 15 minutes at most, depending on which way of travel you do. Go down straight down Snyder to get to them, or you take the highway 275 to get there.
If you need someone to get your directions, this guy knows every road in the tri-state.
It's yeah, something like that. Across the pitch. They call that out of bounds on the Comets. And the Comets fans not happy about that call. And rightfully so. Throw in. And Miller has it in his possession. And able to get it out. Here comes Dabrowski. His shot down. Cleared out by the keeper. But remains in Comet possession.
Comets have a chance to pressure here with the keeper not really back in his own position. As now Sycamore does a great job of clearing that out almost to a spot where the keeper can get back in his position and take a breather.
A great run by Harris. Great ball by Zaw. Toss in, header just offline.
What a kick there from Edwards. I mean, talk about how many assists this kid has. It's because he sets up his teammates perfectly almost every time. Shinya, a tough header to get for sure. But, I mean, you put it in the middle right there for 3 Comets potentially to get to. And 4 minutes left in this first half. It might not be the first half that you execute that, but, man, second half is the time. This ball on Mason's side of the field. Zaw clears it out. You got to think the Aviators' #1 goal is just to take this one to halftime and be content with their 1-0 lead.
Mason's got to be careful.
We're just shy of the 340 mark in the first half. As that one sails over that, it will be a Comet throw-in. Maybe Sycamore looking for a foul on Searles. Saw back towards the middle of the field. Dabrowski overruns it, gets pushed down. They'll call the free kick, so Searles will set it. Free kick is headed away. Still being headed.
It was a good run there from both teams.
And that one will be a foul called
Sycamore fans did not like that. You can hear them all the way across the field.
I mean, that's probably the right call, though. He kind of did slide tackle a little too late, tripping up Edward Zaw. That one just outside. Shouldn't be able to get to it. Two minutes remain in the first half. Still a whole half to play. As Harris gets to the outside, he gets back in towards the middle. And then is taken away by the Aviators. Be kicked out of bounds. Kruger. Pass into Miller.
Minute left. Sycamore's going to have the lead going into half almost. You'd think for sure here.
I mean, unless you can do something in the next 40 seconds. And I think they're just going to kick this one down, be out of bounds, be a common throw-in. Zaw will have to do something quick. 30 seconds remaining. If you're the Aviators, you just have to kick that one out. He goes out of bounds. It would be a throw-in. They got to hurry up. They got 15 seconds remaining, just over, as now it hits the 15-second mark. Harrison Searles cheating. He got bolted, and it's a foul called on the Comets, and that won the half. The final buzzer goes out there. We'll go ahead and head to a break. Before we head to a break, we want to shout out our sponsors for tonight. Reach Cabinets and Remodeling, your hometown experts in turning visions into reality. We'll head to a quick break. When we get back here, second half action on Mason Sports Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mason Multi-Purpose Field as we get set for second half action here between Mason Comets and the Sycamore Aviators. I'm Trevor Rose here with my broadcast partner, Isaac Vargo. Before we head into the second half, we would like to give our quick shout out to our sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Reach Cabinets and Remodeling. Quality you can see, you can trust. Craftsmanship you can see. Visit them at reachcabinets.com. We'll go ahead. Heading into this half, the Comets down by 1 on senior night with a chance, if they win this game, they can win the GMC outright with a 9-0 GMC record. But if they are to lose this game, they could potentially have a 3-way tie for the GMC title.
Yeah, the only way that there would be 2 teams is if Lakota West lost to the second worst team in the GMC, which is Middletown, which you wouldn't expect to happen, but you never know in soccer. But if they do lose this game, Sycamore will win the GMC as well as Mason. Mason has already won the GMC, but trying to get it outright tonight. And it was not a successful half, you could say, because Sycamore's up 1-0. They didn't really have any opportunities in the first half, Sycamore. But they ended up, in their one chance, it was a corner, they ended up taking advantage and getting their first points of the game. Mason almost had a good look there. Mason has 1 shot on goal. Could be 2, but John Harris just shot a little over. But you got to think there's some pressure on this Comet team.
They're starting quick into the box, and it's finally cleared out by the Aviators.
Yeah, Mason has scored a goal in every single game this year, so it's not often you see them down and with 0 goals after 1 half of play. But still, 40 minutes to get 1. That's all we talked about at the end of the first half. All Sycamore is going to be doing is trying to just hold off this Comet offensive team. There's a lot of offense to go around for Mason, but so far Sycamore has done a good job weathering the storm.
And it would be a Comet throw as it goes out of bounds. Mitch Chrisman had a great defense out there. Able to keep it up as that one. And in that, the goal, they changed at the half. It will be number 0, Landon Darlin, in to prevent some goals. Probably the best keeper on this Comet team, the sophomore. Has a bright future ahead of him here in Mason High School if he continues to play for this Comet team.
And after this is the last game of the regular season for both teams. After this for Mason will be a game against a rematch against Lebanon. And Mason, it will be on this field in just a week from now. And they are the 1 seed facing Lebanon at the 19 seed. And the winner will play Little Miami at the 10 and Lakota East at the 11. And on the girls' side, Mason's also the 1 seed. They'll play number 19 Coral Rain. They'll just be 1 day before on the 20th of October. And they'll play either Beaver Creek or Fairmont, winner getting the home game. So a lot of soccer to be played, a lot of exciting soccer because both teams 1 seeds. How many times do you see both programs, boys and girls, both being elite?
Not many times. It's either one's fantastic, the other in middle of the tier. So that one way across the pitch is out of bounds. It'll be a throw in. Edward Zahl will go to throw it in.
36 minutes remaining in the game. Edward Zell still out there, man. He's played almost the whole game. You got to think he's played almost the whole season, being the #1 for Mason.
Zaw able to kick that away. I mean, the Comets have had kind of this second wind so far in the second half. They've been playing fast.
Yeah, Shunya's been flying around down there, number 10. So that one's kicked into the crowd.
Pretty much into the student section. I'll go out. Kruger to throw it in. Shunya in the corner. And he'll lose it. Be a goal kick. That one unfortunate for the Comets to lose, especially with being down a goal in the season, being shut out so far by the Aviators on senior night. That one goes way underneath the bleachers and back out Edward Zaw to take the throw in as Landon Miller will check back in the game. And also checking in would be kid called up recently from the JV squad.
And Mason has had the majority of the time of possession so far, but it hasn't been crazy. It's been almost 50-50.
I mean, but I feel like the Comets had just slightly more tonight. As Bean will have it, and man, he was way pushed. Edward Zaw at the top of the screen, he was pushed down. Ref didn't call a foul or anything on that. As that one will go out of bounds, it will be a Comet throw-in.
Just some updates around the GMC. We talk about had a big volleyball game last night for Mason. They did take down Kings on their senior night. Kings are a very quality team. They won the state just a couple years ago, but Mason got that done, as Mason's got to be careful here.
It's inside the 18. The shot blocked. And then finally cleared out Shunya. And now they have the numbers advantage. But it's kicked away. Inside, and Chrisman will take it back.
And now after Comets clear it there. Going back to a volleyball, Mason's going to be checking in at the 4 seed for girls volleyball. Just won the GMC again for the 10th straight year. They'll play either one of their GMC foes.
As Landon Miller crossed the middle, unable to connect with Harris. Harris probably had a wide open shot. It's kicked across the pitch. Zaw able to head it and keep it over and takes it back to Harris.
They'll play either Hamilton or Fairfield, the 13 or the 14 seed. The winner of those games, that game will be played at Lakota East High School. Mason has the bye. That will be on the 22nd. So you got girls soccer on the 20th, boys soccer on the 21st, and then the 22nd you got girls volleyball. Then on the other side of the bracket is Springboro, the 1 seed, versus Springfield, the 6 seed. And the winner of that will play on the 25th. at Butler. So what a game that would be if Mason can get a win, which they should.
Now, my question in talking about that is, we saw the Comets play Seton. Where is Seton ranked in that and all that? Are they one seed in a different region, or are they?
You got to think they're number one if they're a place in D1. There's multiple school. It's all in school population.
I feel like they would have to, considering they played the Comets last year, and that was the Comets' end of the season. They played them in the regional semifinals, which led to Seton winning the Division I state championship.
Yeah, I mean, they're undefeated, so you would expect if they're in this D1.
They give it Comet throw-in. Comet throw-in all the way at the corner. One's a close one to the flag. And they missed it. Kruger towards the middle, cleared. That one will go out of bounds, so it will be a Comet throw-in. Be number 8, Eddie Zaw, to take it. Junya coming off for Tai Chi.
That's the thing with soccer. All it takes is one boot to just get it to the other side of the field. Under 30 to go.
Yoshida in, and ball will find you. As hit off his boot over to Chrisman. Searles loses it, and they point to the spot. Well, they point to the spot, no, but they will award Searles a yellow for that. A free kick.
As tension's rising here, you're going to have it, especially with how much frustration Mason's had this whole game and being down to your rifle on senior night.
We're going to go ahead and head to a quick break here. Before we head to the break, again, another shout out to our sponsors, Reach Cabinets and Remodeling. We'll go ahead and head to one real quick. We're back here. Injured player able to get up. The free kick in. Headed. Caught by Darwin. And he'll hold it for a second. Just at the 29-minute mark. Out of bounds, Kruger will throw it in. Push down Miller. No call. The great bend. And a push down, but Harris able to stay up. And then they push him again. And a foul called on the Comets on Harris. Pushed him off.
It's another break there from Sycamore. Getting the penalties here in the second half, something you're going to need if you're going to take down a big
team like Mason.
That one sailed way up and over the net, out to the parking lot. The Mason coach able to boot that one all the way to the keeper, Darwin.
And coach still got it.
Mason's got to be careful here on their own side, passing it back.
One stays in bounds. They'll kick it back to the keeper and then cleared way downfield. Edwards all able to head it. And they call the foul.
So I don't know. I mean, 3 bodies going at the ball. They'll give it against Sycamore. You see, like, I feel like they're just going for the ball there. There's going to be contact when they're going full speed towards the ball. Obviously, Mason's defender was the one that went down, so it looks like Sycamore was the guilty party. But I think at the same time, it might be a lucky penalty here for Mason. Maybe even a getting one back from earlier. A makeup call.
I agree with that, Isaac. I think that he was making the play as that one sent into the box, cleared out. I think there's going to be contact on that play no matter what. As that one sent to by the corner. Kruger shot and headed out.
Mason, you can see they're close to breaking through. But 25 minutes, pretty much halfway through this second half. You're not running out of time, but certainly clock's ticking.
Harris throwing. He'll throw it back to Taichi. The shot towards the box. Able to stay in bounds and then cleared out on the out of bounds, but Comet throw-in. Be Kruger to take the throw-in if they can get the ball back in play. 25 seconds remaining. Shot over the head of Harris.
Just 24 minutes left in the game. Biggest game of the year for both teams. Mason trying to win the GMC for 8 out of the last 9 years. The only time they didn't was Sycamore in 2016.
That one will be cleared to the stands.
Not a good clear there.
No.
Off the end of the foot, it's going to be on Sycamore's side of the field now. If you kick that even 20, 30 yards farther, you give Mason a way different look. Shunya checking into the game for the Comets to try and get some offense. It's going to go Sycamore. Again, Sycamore trying to do anything they can to just play as passive as possible. Try not to overcommit on their side, and on Mason's side, still trying to be aggressive, try and get some insurance, but at the same time, 1-0, same as 2-0.
Zah able to clear that way down the pitch. And he merges with the ball again. Looks to find Harris a little too short. And that one eventually cleared out by the Aviators. Harris will go to throw it in.
Again, not the greatest clear out there from Sycamore. Yeah, I know you're trying to hit it out and try and reset on defense, but you got to clear it out a little farther out, you'd think. Giving Mason still a lot of room to maneuver here.
22 minutes remain in the half. Great ball in. Cleared. Edward saw. Parker tripped in the middle of the field.
It's an unlucky break there from Mason. Had another good look at it, and just the turf monster strikes every time. Good look here.
And great job there.
And Zal won the battle every time. I mean, he's known for his passing, but his defense is almost as good.
They call it out of bounds, goal kick for the Aviator keeper. 20 minutes remain. That one off the outside of the foot and then able to keep it towards the middle. Up in the air. Comet possession. Towards the box. Offline. Taichi able, his shot. And not good. Missed it.
Just off the end of the foot there. So we see it most of the time. Cars getting called out on the far side.
It's my favorite thing about these soccer games is calling
man,
out those cars.
Yeah, I mean, cars, it's a good setting to watch a game. I'll say that much. But, I mean, I think there's plenty enough lights to watch the game. You don't need to have your lights on.
They call the foul on Chrisman. Chrisman didn't like the foul call.
This clock ticking under 20. Comets running out of time a little bit. So when you get to that 20 mark, you start to keep the clock in the back of your head a little bit. I know these seniors will be. And it won't be desperation time yet, but it's going to feel like the Comets are going to have it on this west side. It's gonna be going for the goal, a lot riskier of shots. Good clear out there from Sycamore.
Through the legs. Chrisman keeps it. His run into the box.
And what a run there from Chrisman. Went pretty much 50 yards from the beginning to the end.
And their substitutions for the Aviators are going in as slow as possible to try to milk some of this clock. There's 18 minutes. There is no stoppage time in high school soccer. What you wish you had if you're a Comet fan now, some stoppage time maybe.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for this Mason team just seeing the clock slowly go down when you can't do anything about it. There's a stoppage in the game, but not a stoppage in the clock, as you mentioned. And that's one of the things you're not going to have it at high school sports, obviously, but something you wish you had.
Comets just playing for a tie to win the GMC outright. That one will go out and be a goal kick. Darwin is sprinting for that ball.
Yeah, he hasn't been very busy this second half. Gave up that goal in the first as Searles will check into the game. Another one of these seniors.
They call the foul. I don't know about that one. That one.
Yeah, we had front row seats for it, and man, I just didn't see anything at all, man. I just think it was a little tangled with the legs, maybe, and I think kind of just fell over. You see it with soccer players; they get accused of it a little bit of the flopping. You see, it especially in the pros. But I mean, I think you just let the kids play. I mean, GMC on the line, 16 minutes left. Sycamore, obviously, every call they get, they're going to be taking their time.
Way over. Actually, at the very, very back post.
Not a bad kick at all.
Good attempt as now Dabrowski and Stern both check in.
And now, with a tie in this game, Mason does still win the GMC outright. It wouldn't be the same as a win, but a tie, you'd be thrilled if you're Mason with the circumstances given so far. You don't lose the GMC to anybody. You got to think Dakota West sitting on their couch right now, begging the Aviators to get this done. As they're one of those teams in the 3-team race. If Sycamore does win, they would get a share of the pie. 15 minutes left in the game. Mason's senior night, Sycamore trying to spoil it. It's another clear. Sycamore with a great look here. And it's going Mason's way. Just tipped right off of.
Coach is sprinting down the sideline to kick that one in. But yeah.
Yeah, no ball boy today. Just using any soccer ball you can find. And that's 2 for 2 there from Coach. We saw in the first half, it was all Comets with their pressure, and Mason's known for this pressured offense, especially pressure defense, but so far in the second half, man, has Sycamore done a good job of limiting this Comet team. There's a lot of dribbling here from Za. I mean, bigger frame, especially for a high school player as Za, but he's got, Searles lets him know about it. As there, it's Ollie Plutz, number 9 for Sycamore, letting Cooper Searles know about it. Let the Mason student section know about it. He has every right to right now with the lead.
But it's getting close. And the Comets are in the corner.
A throw in.
Zaw will throw it in. It's going to be a rocket out of the hand. It was cleared out.
Now Sycamore's full possession. Heads up. There's a lights dim on this far side. A little outage. Not going to affect play, but
Not really sure what happened. I mean, the drum line for the band is still practicing out there. Just get the lights shut off on them.
yeah, it looks like apparently at 8:41 p.m. the lights go off on the football field.
Except on Fridays.
Well, it depends how the Comets play. You might want to shut off the lights after the first half they had.
And they lose possession. And the jersey pool. And the cardum. They're going to card them for a jersey tug. And that will send them off. That might be a little bit of a questionable card given.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of chatter on the field, and I think the referees had enough of it. Almost any contact you're gonna have towards another player of the opposing team, you're gonna get. Your tension's obviously rising. Mason's not happy, and we mentioned multiple times so far, Mason has not been shut out all year, and Sycamore can feel it with less than 12 minutes to go in the game. That's what a kick here. John Harris checking back in the game. He's one of your main scorers.
As Stern was running real hard after that one and ran into a bench on the sideline.
A little bit of a laugh there from Stern. But, man, he went in hard there.
Yeah, he did. I'm going to have to talk to him about that one tomorrow, how he feels.
I think right now with all the adrenaline, he's going to feel all right. But I have a feeling tomorrow he might have a little bruise there on his shin. It's Harris.
Had Dabrowski, and it's got back to him. He was tripped up inside the box, no foul called.
Oh, what a look there from Mason. Oh, it's a cup check.
Yeah, they call the time because, man, he got that ball smoked right. Oh, that one hurts.
Right in the spot you don't want it at, especially with a soccer ball. Man, I feel for Cooper Searles right now.
I feel for him as well, as there's 10:40 remaining. He's able to get up.
Oh, that's got to be your worst nightmare on the soccer field.
Wow,
And he gets up.
he gets up. He's still a little shaken, but, man, he's a warrior for that.
Got to think Mason's got to start taking some shots at the goal. It's been a lot of dribbling, trying to get the perfect shot. Under just 10 minutes left, you got to get the shot.
The pass in. Harris. Towards the middle, Dabrowski. It's blocked. Searles inside. No foul called in the box. No foul called again. Cleared all the way down, being able to get to it.
As physical as you're going to get. I mean, how many looks are you going to get? As that time Mason gets it. A lot of, there's some contact out there, but it feels like Mason, especially inside the box, is trying to play the
Flop card?
Yeah, they are trying to play the flop card for a perfect look, you could say.
I mean, I felt like one of them, at least the one on Edward Zaw, probably could have been called a foul.
Yeah.
He went head over heels.
9 minutes. And such implications in this game. You wouldn't think at the beginning, but, man, it has gotten loud on both sides. Sycamore with a good representation from their crowd and students. Mason's had looks. Here they are here again.
It's in! That's a goal, and the Comets with the equalizer! They equal it up 1-1. He was onside. The goal will stand.
And a moment Senior will never forget on senior night. Wow.
Kruger letting the Sycamore student section hearing it himself. After that one, getting chirped at all night long, the Comets equalize, make it 1-1 with 8:45 remaining in the match.
And it wasn't even close. Mason had a perfect look at it the whole time.
That was set up by Kruger And then Harris, a great pass in to Shunya, and Shunya able to kick the right leg, swing it right through for the goal.
And now Mason, obviously you don't want to play for the tie, but in this scenario, you're playing for a tie. You tie this game, it's a GMC winner.
That's going to be a foul. They pick it up. They'll stop it.
And you can see
They're carding him.
the Comets.
They're going to card him for the trip.
The Comets go from a very nervous team, and now they got all the confidence in the world, guns blazing. They're trying to win the game now. And with that, you have to be careful, but there hasn't been any looks Sycamore's had all day. 8:20 to go in the game. Za with the kick from about the 40.
I mean, he's going to boot this one close to the box. Someone's going to make a play on it. See if they can get another goal to flip this game on its head. They go for a sub.
Another senior checking in.
They'll send off Miller. And Za is going to boot this ball. I mean, he might try to put it on net.
Yeah, you got to think you're going for net here. 8 minutes left. No reason not to.
It's booted. Punched out by the goalie. But Kruger able to re-corral it. Back to Edward Za. The shot in. Over. It blocked by the keeper and corralled. That one was on goal. Not enough power to get through the hands of the keeper or get past him. 5 shots on goal for the Comets, 4 for the Aviators. 1 goal each.
Big shove there on the far side. It was number 21, Ty Diploid.
And he's playing angry now after the Comet goal.
Yeah, I'd be a little upset too if in the last 10 minutes of the game I almost got the GMC just stripped from me. But it's still time for them to win the game. I mean, 7 minutes, we've seen what's happened the last 5 minutes. Season comes down to this moment. In the last 7 minutes, if Mason can hold on to this tie, they'll win the GMC outright and continue their undefeated season. Sycamore trying to claim it with 2 others. Got to be careful here in the box.
And Zock clears it.
Great job there from Stern. Getting down and dirty. Stern again. What a job he's done.
And offsides called on the Aviators. That will go Comet way.
Wow. Everybody held their breath when that ball was kicked because the only person near the ball or had a chance at the ball was a white jersey.
And he was offsides by maybe a half a man. And Zal will go ahead and shoot it down the pitch.
Comets got to be careful here on with the ball on their own side. They got to start clearing the ball and stop dribbling it.
Harris.
Good job there from Harris.
Here he goes down the right wing. Pass in. On line, cleared out by the Aviators.
You know, everybody, all the seniors want in on this goal if they get a chance at it.
They bring on the subs. We Gleb Parker on. Sorry, that's TR Bagzaw and Stern out for the Comets. 5:20 remaining in the second half.
And if you're Mason, you want one thing. You want Edward Za with space to get you a good opportunity in the box.
It's in the box. Corralled by the keeper, and our missed opportunity for the Comets.
Yeah, not a lot of people organized there from Mason. Not a good kick there by the keeper.
Chrisman take it back to Darlin. Darlin will kick it towards midfield.
Again, Mason lackadaisical on their own side. A little bit, got to be careful.
Bagsaw. Shot. Little wide of the keeper.
Good look there. Didn't get any spin on it. Kind of just a knuckleball on that right side. If you can get spin on, there's a lot of power on that kick. 4 minutes left. Both teams are throwing punches. Oh, and no one there on the answer. Wow. Again, in the last 10 minutes, we've seen more shots on goal and potential shots on goal than we've seen in the whole game. And that comes, you got to think, from nerves. Mason's obviously trying to keep their GMC streak alive, their undefeated season, and Sycamore wants a chance at winning it.
He's onside, stays onside. His shot blocked by the keeper. It will be a Comet corner.
Oh, Shunya wants everything right now. And 3 minutes left. Another corner, another chance for Mason.
And going out to take it, number 8, senior Edward Zaw.
I mean, who else would you rather have right now with this
That's
corner?
That's the guy I'm calling on every single corner all season long, no matter who it is.
I think, I don't want to call shots, but I think John Harris, he's been your main scorer all year, and I think here's his chance on senior night to get his big moment. But you got to expect Edward Zah's going to give you a good opportunity. You just got to execute down there, and it's got to be someone with a header to secure this Comet win in the outright GMC title. Hold off here. No time going off the clock. 3 minutes remaining in the match.
You got a cramp. Shunya got a cramp on the near side on the left wing. So they'll actually go ahead and send
That's
him
unfortunate.
off.
I mean, almost 2 goals from the kid. He's kept the season alive with the goal a couple minutes ago. Now he has to go out for the biggest play of the season.
It's Edward Zaw in the corner. Raises his hand. The kick in. Deeper. And he's blocked out. Zaw, his kick towards the side, headed away, back towards the box, corralled by the keeper. 2:45 remaining.
Tomiya Agfawu was one of the guys in on the play, and then the other one was Kruger. Both of them tapped it up to each other, but neither of them could finish. Another great look there from Zah. Nothing else you could ask for. 2:30 left. Who's going to take the last punch? Right now it seems like it's Mason.
Here's Miller. Works in, not good enough. Not enough power on it. Kind of crossed his body.
Yeah, in this scenario, if you can't get a perfect shot, you just got to get shots on goal, because when it comes down to it, keepers are still human. It can go in between the legs. Oh, good look here from Sycamore.
21 there has to be careful to not go off sides.
Wow, is Chrisman with a huge header. If he didn't get up there, it's right in the hands of an aviator. It would be 21, Ty Dipwood. We talked about him multiple times today. He's a junior, but he's probably the biggest kid out there. And most physical for sure. What a boot there from Zah. Comets get it. Huge look here on the left side. And he just missed it to the right side.
Sailed it a little bit wide. TR's Bagsaw sailed it, goal kick.
Oh, and you got to think he's going to be staying up at night with that one. Wow. A chance of his life right there on the left side, and man, he could have had it there.
And Darwin will corral it.
Under a minute.
Left. Wow, what a game we got here, Isaac.
I mean, either team could win right now with a minute left. You know, not a lot of times you can say that. Comets just flying in the air. Again, Chrisman, what a job.
Zaw.
That's all you want. Zaw with the ball in his hand, and what a slide tackle there. Comets trying to stay alive now.
They called the foul as he fell down kicking the ball. Dabrowski given a yellow for the falling down of the Sycamore Aviator player.
Yeah, I mean, Comets just trying to hang on right now, and I saw a little bit of a tug, but I wouldn't say enough for a yellow card. 20 seconds left. It's pretty much Sycamore wins this game, or we should go to a draw.
Oh, man, and they're bringing the keeper up to kick it. I mean, this is all – it comes down to this one right here.
This is the season for both teams. It's either the Comets tie this game and win outright. The keeper's got to get back.
Here comes
Now,
Edward Zaw.
The keeper's got to get back.
Zaw kicks it way, way down there, but that will end it. That will be a draw, and the Comets have outright won the GMC title for the 9th season out of the last 10. Edward Zaw, Shunya had himself a great game, able to draw the equalizer.
Yeah, maybe the craziest senior night you could think of. Both teams played phenomenal. Sycamore showing they can compete with any team in the GMC. Mason showing that with adversity, down 1-0 the entire game, getting a huge goal to keep their season alive. We'll see both of these teams together. You would think they could face off in the regional semifinal. We'll have to see it, but what a match.
Yeah, absolutely, and that will do it here tonight from the Mason Multi-Purpose Field. The Comets and Aviators draw 1-1. We'd like to shout out our sponsors again tonight. Reach Cabinets and Remodeling, located right here in Mason, Ohio. Visit them online at reachcabinets.com or get Jerry a call at 513-260-2595, and that is 513-260-2595. That will do it all here, folks. I've been Trevor Rose, Isaac Vargo, my co-broadcaster tonight, Trent Moran, working behind the scenes, Henry Williamson doing camera, Ashki Camretti doing some camera work as well. We have it here tonight. The Comets take outright on the GMC Soccer Championship. We'll have a good night, everybody. Have a good time. Go Comets.